Looking so good with the red tie dress on. Looking so good with my blue skinny jeans. If you want me, baby, don't ever hesitate tonight. I will treat you, baby, do things you never ever seen before. Whatever you want. We touching on now. I'm with them so crazy. I'm feeling your waist now. You can have whatever you want. And then we're gonna party all night till the club kick us out. If you want me, baby, don't ever hesitate tonight. I will treat you, baby, do things you never ever seen before. Maybe you can have whatever you want. Then we're gonna party all night till the club out. If you want me, baby, you should know I don't play games, so baby, don't be lazy. You can have all this, I'll make you go crazy. Don't ever hesitate tonight. I will treat you, baby, to things you never ever seen before. You can have whatever you want. Then we're gonna party all night till the club out. Me to the mess of a ship floating softly through memory, tipping ever so gently until it starts to sink. And then I'm recalling that feeling of falling. All those times he pushed me over the brink. It's a kind of reaction to a lack of direction, and with a bit of affection we can make it through. I'm tired of thinking, and I'm tired of drinking, so show me the directions to get back to you, to get back to you. I've been a little bit distant. We didn't say a thing at dinner. I pretended that I had to call a friend, but drive me crazy. I don't think that I'll ever want the end. 'Cause it's a kind of reaction to a lack of direction. With a bit of affection, we can make it through. I'm tired of thinking, and I'm tired of drinking. So show me the direction to get back to you. To get back, 'cause I still love you, baby. But sometimes you drive me crazy. I don't think that I'll ever want the end of us. I'll always need you. It's a kind of reaction to a lack of direction. With a bit of affection, we can make it through. I'm tired of thinking, I'm tired of drinking. So show me the direction to get back to you. To get back to you. Kiwiradio.nz. We have Phoenix joining us at straight after this track. We had Murphy Moore in the podcast recently. This is her track called Break the Line.
Pack a bag, my love, we'll leave in the morning. Tell your family you'll call them each day. Don't ask me just where we're going. We'll make it up along the way. 'Cause I'm tired of these faces. With closed eyes, they tell me to open mine. And I haven't eaten, I know where I'll be tomorrow. And I have a feeling you might be the same. So tell me, do you like to live your life one day at a time? And take my hand, don't look back, we'll break the line. The Trans-Siberian Railway is waiting. Have you been to Cappadocia at sunrise? 'Cause all of this is ours for the taking. We can call it home wherever we like. 'Cause I'm tired of these faces. With closed eyes, they tell me to open mine. And I haven't eaten, I know where I'll be tomorrow. And I have a feeling you might be the same. And tell me, do you like to live your life one day at a time? And take my hand, don't look back, we'll break the line. And I've always been the kind of person who builds a plane as they learn to fly. Baby, we don't need a reason or permission to change the story we didn't even write. I don't wanna know where I'll be tomorrow. And I have a feeling you might be the same. So tell me, do you like to live your life one day at a time? Oh, take my hand, don't look back, we'll break the line. Oh, we'll break the line.
You're tuned into Kiwiradio.nz this Tuesday evening, and it's Ralphie on the mic, and Phoenix is joining us on the phone line. Open lines. Phoenix, how you doing? Phoenix Simpson. Have we got him? Try again. So we've got Phoenix Simpson joining us. He is a teenage Kiwi singer-songwriter and producer, combining elements of pop, EDM, and sound design to create a unique musical flavor. He's going to be talking to us all about his music. How you doing, Phoenix?
I'm doing good, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Loud and clear. How's things?
Cool. I'm doing good, thanks. I just got off uni for the year, so I'm having fun with all my free time.
Nice. Love it. So
that's,
that's a sign of good times ahead. You know? Creative nights of
for
songwriting and stuff. Awesome. Well, welcome to the show.
Yeah,
it's awesome to have you. Actually, your music was recommended to us by your dad's friend out of everyone in the world, Canopia. So shout outs to that band. So welcome to the show. Maybe just start off the intro with telling us a little bit about your musical journey so far.
Wow. I've been playing piano since I was about 4. Started singing and songwriting around the age of like 10 was when I started producing my first music. And it's taken me in a lot of different directions. So now I'm actually studying music at Auckland University.
Mm-hmm.
And back when I was 16, a friend of my dad's recommended me to Dave Johnston, who is the drummer for Villainy, but he's also a very, very, very talented producer in his own right.
Mm-hmm.
So together with the help of some funding from New Zealand On Air, we created my first EP, which actually expanded into an album, which was super excited. And that was released last year.
Nice. In terms of songwriting, have you had any other coaches other than the Villainy staff? Anyone else that's really notable?
Stephen Small, who was the friend of my dad's who pointed me over to Dave Johnston, had a large influence on me, I guess, because he was doing some songwriting with my dad's band Canopia. In saying that, Ash and my dad have had a big influence on me, growing up around them, being in studios, and now I'm actually producing their 3rd album, I believe.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Busy times. Well, enjoy your holidays so far. This is a pretty cool way to start it off, being on radio. You're actually on 2 radio stations tonight, Kiwiradio.nz, and if you're tuned in right now, hello to upfm.co.nz. We've got Jenny Smith saying howdy in the chat room. So she's pretty awesome country singer here.
Hi, Jenny.
But yeah, Phoenix, let's go with the storytelling. I'm sure you've got a few tales to spin. Staying Together is the first track we're going to showcase this evening. It's a 3-song set. So yeah, maybe tell us a little bit about how it was written and etc.
Cool. Yeah. So that's a song about heartbreak, I guess. I don't really want to go into the subject matter too much, but that started with I brought the song.
That's the heartbreak button.
Don't do that to me, man. Yeah, so that started. I wrote the song on my own, and then I brought it to Dave Johnston, and I was like, here's a track. What do you think of this? Do you think this would be worth working on? Because we have a sort of relationship where I'll bring him a lot of songs and then we just take the cream of the crop and that's what actually gets produced.
Mm-hmm.
So we worked on that for a while, bouncing different lyric ideas off each other and just fine-tuning the production, and then we pumped it out, made a music video for it, which was really cool, and I performed that live for the first time at a gig I played in New Lynn at the UFO.
Oh yeah, I know the venue well. It's like an old record store, right? Yeah. Fun times.
So that was a gig with my band Ulterior Motive.
Oh,
and
right.
I was also DJing that night as well.
I didn't realize you're a part of Ulterior Motive. I think I'm like messaging one of the bandmates, probably you even. I get so many.
No, it was my drummer Ben. It was quite funny when he came to me and said, "Oh, we're doing a Kiwi radio thing." I was like, "Ah, I'm doing one today."
Fair enough. Oh, there you go. Sometimes that happens, right? When you're sort of part of different musical, tubs or musical projects and stuff. That's pretty exciting. Well, let them know that I'm still keen, and that's interview we'll be doing. I'm sure. Well, it's all about the pop side of you, PHNX, PHNX.
Yep.
Staying Together is the first track, so let's start off the show with that, and we'll be right back at the tail end of the song to talk to PHNX a little bit more. You're tuned into Kiwi Radio.
Falling out when I need you more than ever. What happened is staying together. I've been under pressure, and I need a little time to sort some things out. Locked up inside a loaded gun, 'cause you wouldn't give me space to let my thoughts out. Getting myself in the way when overthinking runs my head. Getting myself in the way, 'cause I'd hate to think that you'll say no. Falling out when I need you more than ever. What I've been is staying together. Falling out when I need you more than ever. What I've been is staying together. I've been running out of my excuses. I should take a chance for once. Do you ever worry about me? I'm working through it, I just need to shout out loud. Getting myself in the way when overthinking runs my head. Getting myself in the way, 'cause I'd hate to think that you'll say no. Falling out when I need you more than ever. But I've been staying together. Falling out when I need you more than ever. What I've been is staying together. Everybody needs to. Everybody needs to. Everybody needs someone to turn to. Falling out when I need you more than ever. What I've been is staying together.
Kiwi Radio, it's this week's showcase is all about PHNX, PHNX, alias of Phoenix Simpson, Kiwi artist here in New Zealand. That is a track called Staying Together. We've got the artist in the hot seat today. We're very lucky to have you, PHNX, just kind of chilling out, playing some music. I'm curious what sort of records you're listening to at the moment. I hear a little bit of Charlie Puth in that one. Do you listen to a bit of him, or what are you spinning?
Nowadays, what am I listening to? I'm listening to quite a lot of a New Zealand artist called 33 Below at the moment, but he's probably quite far removed from at least that track and how it sounds. That track's definitely inspired by, I guess, Charlie Puth and maybe a little bit of The Weeknd in there as well.
Especially the drums, It's got that classic Lynn drum thing. You mentioned 32 Below as a New Zealand artist. I need to look that one up.
33 Below,
33 Below. Got it. Cool. Now that's another one for me to kind of look into.
Cool. And I think Bloom is a massive influence for me, which you can sort of hear there in a bit of the sound design things, but it's like pretty popular one.
Yeah, I love Flume. I mean, and by the way, if you could just bring your phone a little bit closer, it seems to be fading in and out, but it's audible. But yeah, maybe just kiss the microphone a little bit. Get a bit smoochy. I Can't Get Enough, I believe, is your second latest track. Tell us about that one.
I Can't Get Enough. Yep. So that one was the last single I released, and it came about was it like late 2022, I think, was when the track starts.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually wrote it about my girlfriend, who's actually sitting next to me right now.
Oh, get her to say one or two words to Kiwi Radio. How's it going, girlfriend?
You want to say hi to Kiwi Radio?
Hi.
You're famous now. All right. So there we go. I love it when we do impromptu family members getting in. They're like, what am I signing up for? Yeah, that's part of when you're dating a bit of a pop star here, Phoenix. So, sorry to embarrass you, that one.
Oh, that's okay. She's face palming right now. She's watching it.
Love it.
But that was about before we got together, basically.
Yeah.
And I guess the lead up to the start of our relationship. And I wasn't too sure, but I definitely liked her. So it's kind of like both sides of that, I guess. It's like a bit of hesitation, but
I'm a little bit like with my girl, with my wife too. When she was my girlfriend, I was testing the waters a little bit too. It's really funny because at the time she was like, I almost didn't date you because the very first day, apparently, I was at band practice and I invited her to band practice didn't even offer her a lift. And she's like, who is this guy? Yeah. So 15 years later, she's still stuck with me. So there we go. But yeah.
Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, we met in a similar way. We met at a rave that I threw at a beach, basically.
Oh no! Tell us about that. Similar. That sounds cool.
Yeah. Well,
was that in New Zealand?
That was in New Zealand. Yeah.
So you threw a rave. What's the logistics of that? Do you get shut down by noise control, or?
We did ultimately get shut down. Yes.
Nice. That's the best way to throw a rave, I think.
Yeah, I think they even sent a helicopter for us.
Oh, that's awesome! I don't know how.
Yeah,
that is street cred.
Oh. Yeah, I've stopped doing that now. By the way, that was back in high school, but
that's pretty cool.
It was good fun while it lasted.
That's good street cred there. So it's awesome. How many hours of music? This is a storytelling podcast. As you can tell, I'm stretching the stories as far as possible. So hence why I'm
get as sidetracked as I like.
Yeah, absolutely right. We're just kind of like two blokes in a living room. That's the format of the show. Sort of like 120 episodes in. I always remind guests, just chat like you're in the living room. But wait, hang on. So how many hours of music did you end up getting on that rave?
Well, we did a few, and the first one probably lasted for about 4 hours because we didn't get shut down. The second one lasted not quite as long, and then the last one lasted about an hour. So,
any dogs involved?
Dogs?
Yeah.
No.
Oh man, that would have
police dogs. You mean?
Yeah.
Or just
yeah.
No.
I have seen a police dog chase after someone before, and I'm like, I don't want to be at the tail end of that. He was like this big burly man as well, like muscles and everything, and he screamed like a little 12-year-old girl. He's like, it's like because they make them menacing for a reason, right? So there we go. Anyways.
Yeah, for sure.
Where were we, Phoenix?
Where were we? Oh, I Can't Get Enough, and how that song gestated into existence.
And how I can't get enough of your storytelling. Carry on the song.
Yeah. So again, like staying together, I brought that song to Dave Johnston, and he was like, "Yep, this one's really cool." And it cut another song out of the album. Yep. It was gonna be, and it was a super last minute addition. I was like, "Hey, I just wrote the song. I quite like it.
Yeah,
let's chuck it in." And again, we spent a while refining the lyrics, and he worked his magic, I guess, enhancing the production and mixing it to a better degree that I was capable of.
Nice.
And it turned into a track that I'm super proud of.
So he's a little bit like you're the Justin Timberlake, and this Dave guy is kind of Taylor's, makes your suits kind of thing. Makes you suave looking.
I guess so. Yeah.
Cool. Well, shout out to the
Very much
production
so.
team. I Can't Get Enough is the next track by Phoenix, so stay tuned for that. We've got a pretty good listenership today, so I don't know if you've been plugging the show, but we've got Nuance Mikey videotape on the chat there as well, all tuning in to a little bit of Phoenix.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. So sit back, relax. We're here till 8 o'clock. It's 7:30 right now, Tuesday, 29th of October. I want to know what everyone's doing for Halloween. We'll get back to that straight after this track.
Called you, put my heart out on the line to the sound of no reply. Can you hear me? Saw you, but I lost you in the crowd, so I started calling out. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Picking up the pieces, wishing that it could be easier. It's over now. It's over now. I can't get enough of you just standing there, thinking back to the time when we could go anywhere. Oh, I can't get enough of you just standing there. Everything is saying down and you disappear, but I can't get enough. Want you. And I'm trying to understand why we can't be hand in hand. Miss the feeling. Touch you. We were singing to the wind, but we both stopped listening. Miss the feeling. Miss the feeling. Picking up the pieces, wishing that it could be easier. It's over now. It's over now. I can't get enough of you just standing there, thinking back to the time when we could go anywhere. Oh, I can't get enough of you just standing there. Everything is saying down and you disappear, but I can't get enough. Yeah. All of our dreams went up in flames, but you and me were both insane. It's such a shame. Picking up the pieces, wishing that it could be easier. It's over now. It's over now. Oh, picking up the pieces, wishing that it could be easier. It's over now. I can't get enough of you just standing there, thinking back to the time when we could go anywhere. Oh, I can't get enough of you just standing there. Everything is saying down and you disappear, but I can't get enough. Standing there.
Kiwiradio.nz. We have Phoenix, PHNX, alias of Phoenix Simpson, in the building. Phoenix, great tracks, very catchy indeed. Very cool, man. Very talented.
Thank you.
Well done. You're so cool, man. Thanks so much for stopping by. And we're up to your third.
Pleasure to be here.
Third track now, and third and final. This is your newest one, right?
Yep. Released about a month ago.
So On My Mind is the latest from Phoenix. Yeah. Is it a
and
collab with Mixed Exit or something?
Yes, it is a collab.
Nice.
Cool. That track came around. Sorry, I'm just getting a lot of feedback at the moment.
You're good.
That track came around towards the end of last year.
Yeah.
Where Hugh from Missed Exit contacted me and he was like, "Hey, you interested on working on a track together?" And I was like, "Yeah, sounds sounds good."
Yeah.
And it kind of just took a life of its own from there. We were working on it on and off for about a year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's a song about summer, which is ironic because we wrote it in the middle of winter.
I love it.
And
It's
it was,
like yeah, hopeful thinking right in the middle of winter. Let's write a song about summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the first track I'd ever like fully produced by myself from start to finish. So
nice.
that was an exciting milestone.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you're behind the production on this one. Well, tell us the tools of the trade. We do have other musicians and producers listening in. Favorite plugins, favorite DAW, all that fun stuff.
Cool. Yep.
Get as nerdy as you can in this one.
Ableton. Oh, sure. Okay, I'll go for it. I'm an Ableton user. And this track started with Miss Exit sending me all the stems, so it was sort of my job to just like isolate all of them and try get them sounding like as radio friendly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used a lot of compression and stuff like that to bring all the levels up. So a favorite of mine for doing that is the CLA 76, which is a 1176 emulation.
Yeah, for
nice
sure.
Snappy compressor.
Yeah, it gets the big in the snares, right? Love it. I studied 3 years of audio engineering, so I'm like nerding out to everything you're telling me right now. What about like favorite synthesizer? Because you're very synth driven, being Weekend, Charlie Puth influence.
Favorite synthesizer.
Well, I've got a hardware. Yeah.
I've got a Roland. I think it's like a T1000 at home.
Ooh, what?
Was an R1?
What is that? Roland T1000.
Oh wait, no, it's not a T. I think it might be an R. I don't know. But it's a synth from the late 90s, which was really cool. My dad bought it ages ago. So that's a big sound in my music.
Cool.
But other than that, it's just using Analog Lab, which is a really great plugin.
Yeah, Arturia, right? Is it Arturia?
Yeah, Arturia.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool, man. Favorite drum kit?
I don't really have a favorite drum kit, if I'm being honest.
One with just big bass.
Yeah, no, I've got into making my own samples recently, just using different stock synths and whatnot, and also just getting really weird samples, like things I've recorded off my phone and just affecting them until they become something new.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I've got
a cool plugin for you then. This is not endorsed as well. There's a software company called XLN Audio, and they've got a plugin. They've got a plugin called Life. And I really like it because yeah. So you install it on your phone, and your phone becomes like a portable tracker. But then, if it syncs to your computer, it goes straight to your DAWs like a plugin, and it randomizes the sounds into percussive loops. So I had one because I've got a 3-year-old son, and I said, "Hey man, can you just go like do some random noises and smash drum bits and stuff?" And he did that. And I ended up making this sort of like PlayStation 1-esque video game soundtrack thing with him going, ooh, ee, ah. Like it's just part of the drums. And, it was thanks to that plugin. So there we go. So there we go. That's a free one for you. Exchange.
Oh, it's free. I thought
Oh no, it's not free. As in like that's like free advice. Take it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I would have it if it was free. Trust me.
You'd be like, doing it right now.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's fun to talk nerdy. I've actually got a YouTube channel for anyone listening with like geeky ass stuff. We've done like 16 music studios, musicstudios.co.nz or youtube.com/@Kiwiradio.nz. There's a playlist there for music studios, and this is why I like kind of being nerdy. As soon as you said like you do your own production, I kind of wanted a little segment to be as nerdy as possible. So we've done it.
Enough.
we'll go back to mainstream.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, mission accomplished, because you probably got aunties and grandmas almost tuning out by now.
Yeah,
So
we've lost half the audience, but we'll try to bring them back.
The stats are still good, so we haven't lost a
Oh,
patient
that's
yet.
good to
But whatevs. So here it is, Phoenix, Mixed Exit. On My Mind really is the track. You want to chat to us a little bit more after?
Yep, for sure.
Let's do it. Well, we'll ask what you're doing for the rest of the year and that kind of thing. So you're tuned into Kiwiradio.nz. This is the weekly showcase of Aotearoa music with your host Ralphie. Phoenix is the spotlight this week. This is the collab with Mixed Exit called On My Mind.
We were thinking about the sea, going somewhere we could be all alone, the open road, 'cause I wanna feel alive. Can you stop and wait a sec? 'Cause I'm thinking about how I need you back. Can you stop and wait a sec? Oh, and it felt like to say that you had run away from me all alone. No text on my phone, and I'm sitting wondering why. You should stop and wait a sec, 'cause I'm thinking about how I need you back. You should stop and wait a sec. And it felt like can you stop and wait a sec? 'Cause I'm thinking about how I need you back. Can you stop and wait a sec? Oh. Won't you stop and wait a sec? 'Cause I'm thinking about how I need you back. Won't you stay and wait with me?
You're locked into Kiwiradio.nz. This week we have Phoenix, that is PHNX, in the building. That is pretty much the show there, Phoenix. So you want to give us a plug where we can find you online, all that stuff?
Cool. Yep, it's PHNX on Spotify and PHNX on YouTube and PHNX.nz on Instagram.
Love it. You're so organized with your socials, None of this obscure tags and stuff. It's just Phoenix. That's how it is. Love it. Well, what are you doing for Halloween and Christmas? What's the rest of 2024 looking like for you?
I'm going camping in a couple of days, which will be nice to get away from it all. But music.
That's your chance to download that plugin Life and then just have camping noises
and have a life. Well, yeah. But no, music-wise, I've got quite a few plans over the holidays. I've started working on a professional mixing project for Missed Exit for their next single, which is going to be fun to keep mixing.
Yeah.
And as of music for myself, ages ago, I started working with Dave to produce my second album.
Nice.
Which I'm hoping to be a massive step up compared to this album. I think last time I wrote about 20 songs and for like 5 of them made it.
Wow.
But this time I'm looking at writing 100 and just taking the top 10 type of thing.
That's cool. That's a cool strategy to have, right? The cream
I think so,
de la cream. And you could always have for the hardcore fans, the CD extended or vinyl extended version where you have all 100 or something.
Yeah. That could be a cool idea, actually.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Sick.
do a deluxe album.
Yeah, that's the one. Deluxe, double CD set. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, and we've kind of been messaging back and forth for a while, trying to line this interview up, and we managed to do it.
Yeah, glad it's finally happened.
Yeah, man, anytime. Well, congratulations on the music, Phoenix. Thank you so much for being on the show. That kind of wraps up the segment.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Please stay cool, stay creative. Thank your girlfriend again for doing a bit of a impromptu on Kiwi Radio. And is there anything else you'd like to add? Otherwise, we're done.
I don't think so. Just get out there and listen to more Kiwi music. Really?
Yeah, for sure.
We've got so many talented artists.
Like yourself.
Just pay them all the support we can. Yeah.
Pay it forward, I reckon. And you've done that twice already. You've mentioned like 2 indie artists in one podcast. So, and it happened with you. Canopia recommended you on the podcast. So it's the story you're given.
Cool.
Already, the Christmas spirit's already here.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Thank you. There's the audience. Phoenix, thank you. You have yourself a great holiday. And stay cool, stay creative, okay?
Cool, thank you. Have a good one.
See ya. That is Phoenix for you. I don't know if you want to call in. The number is 0988985555. Otherwise, you can actually reach us via voice message. Head along to Kiwiradio.nz. There's a button there on the right, and you can snip a little voice message. If you're an artist, intro one of your songs or something. Say you're listening to Kiwiradio.nz. I'm X, you're listening to this song, something like that, and we'll play it on the show. Otherwise, you can also message us on Instagram.com/@KiwiRadio. No, Instagram.com/KiwiRadio.nz. But otherwise, 0988985555 if you want to call us in the next 5 minutes. Let's get going with, Jenny Smith was in the chat room earlier, and let's play one of her originals. And track is called I Only Fall, the original version.
2 a.m. wide awake, thinking over our conversations. Yesterday, did you pick up all my clues? When I touched your hand, it wasn't accidental. All my flirty words weren't experimental. I'm just trying to find the best way to tell you, darling, I can't seem to forget about the night you called me to your house just to help you move the couch. And 10 minutes turned to hours. I replay all the words you said as I'm lying in my bed, and I've searched the world to know it's true. I only fall when I see you. Yesterday, did you leave me any clues? And when we hang, it's always from excuses. Like, please come over, need help with my to-do list. The thing is, I don't mind it at all. Darling, I can't seem to forget about the day we looked up at the clouds. First laughing out so loud that 10 minutes turned to hours. I replay all the words you said as I'm lying in my bed. I've searched the world to know it's true. I only fall when I see you. Well, I don't think you get it. All the years I've waited, feelings held back by my patience. You're my only complication. So I'm tired of this pretending. Wish you'd just go on and lean in. Only secret I'm keeping from you is you. Oh, it's you. 'Cause I can't seem to forget about the time we got lost in your town. Merrily we drove around and 10 minutes turned to hours. Do you replay all the words I've said as you're lying in your bed? I've searched the world to know it's true. I only fall when I see you. Darling, I've left so many clues. I only fall when I see you. Tossed and turning, what do I do? I only fall when I see you. Darling, I've left so many clues. I only fall when I see you.
You're tuned into Kiwiradio.nz. That has been the show so far. Well, we still got a few minutes left, so I thought, in the spirit of Phoenix saying he's writing 100 songs for his next album, I actually feel like it's been one of those months myself. When it rains, it pours. And I've been making a lot of remixes for artists like Jenny Smith, Josh Lees, my own stuff, which you can find on ralphie.bandcamp.com. RALPHE. I just ralphe.bandcamp.com. Just released like a prog rock song as well. So I kind of dabble into all sorts of genres, whatever fits really. I'm not, one show pony. Like I just like experimenting. So in light of that, there's actually a Kiwi artist called Marianne Lee, who has been in the podcast before. Now, she doesn't know I've made a bit of a fanboy remix of one of her tracks that's like 3 years old. She's currently doing the OE thing in London at the moment, doing the music thing. And she's got a 3-year-old track called Suddenly. And it's kind of like a piano ballad, sort of acoustic thing originally. And I thought, you know what? This would sound really cool if it was like lo-fi music, something you'd put on if you were studying. And I added drums and added this and that. So kind of reimagine it. So this is it. And brand new as well. The Ralphie Lo-Fi remix of Marianne Lee, Suddenly. Let me know what you think. Open lines right now on 09889 8555. That is 09889 8555. Or give us a call on Instagram.com/ at Kiwiradio.nz. I can't remember if there's an at or without an at. I'm pretty sure it's without an at. Instagram.com/ Kiwiradio.nz. You can call us through that app as well. And otherwise, I will see you next week if no one does. Call, that is. And we've got a huge lineup of Kiwi artists to come. So please, we're actually I'm pretty sure we're booked out for 2024. So if you want to get in, you can also email us kiwiradio@proton.me if you want to be part of the show. Anyway, this is one of my remixes. Enjoy.
I want you in dark lit rooms, in nights of only us. I want you 'cause only we Simple things like walking me home and trying so hard when things come undone. Oh, you make things so different. Future plans that we shouldn't make. They say you'll fall through, but we do it anyway. Oh, you make things so different. And suddenly I'm falling again, and I don't know what makes it different, but it does. But it does. Suddenly, 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 suddenly.
You're tuned to Kiwiradio.nz. That's a brand new remix from me, Marianne Lee. We're going to play a little game with caller Supreme from Canada. Think of it as a game show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Supreme.
Hello, Ralphie.
All right, well, welcome to the game show that is Kiwi Radio. The game show that makes fun of social commentary with our favorite friend in Canada, Supreme. How you doing, mate? I'm gonna give you some words, quick fire words, and you're gonna give us like 1 or 2 minutes commentary. I'm gonna give you some words. Are you ready for our game?
Sure, let's try it out.
Elections.
Elections. Oh, torture. Oh my goodness. Now, a lot of people say that democracy is a farce and voting makes no difference and candidates are selected and not elected and all the rest of it. That's not without its merits, but they wouldn't go through so much trouble and so much expense and so many rubber chicken dinners and whistle stop tours if it didn't have any kind of legitimacy, you know. They gotta go through all this expense. They gotta go through all this trouble for a reason, right? Because legitimacy is gossamer thin these days. Everyone's pretty polarized and pissed off about one thing or another. Pardon the vernacular. You know, if anyone's going to be able to govern and actually do anything, then they have to try a little harder to make this thing at least look more legit than it does, don't they?
Yeah, it's our favorite game show, the elections. It's good. We're going to make this one fast because we're at the tail end of the show, but it is great to hear from you, first of all. So that's awesome. Hoping you're having a marvelous Halloween season. I don't know if you celebrate all that kind of fun stuff or if it's too dark for you. But
oh yeah,
I don't know.
It's a little past my time for Halloween. No grandkids yet, none nearby, so not much I can do.
I stick to the holidays that show the light, you know, Christmas and Easter.
Yeah, there you go. Easter, yeah.
Okay. What else? What else is hot topic right now? Housing. That's always a fun one.
Housing is brutal. Yeah. It seems like the returns coming in. Most commentators talking about housing are, it's ground to a halt, which in some ways is not such a bad thing because if anything's going to get better, then things had to stop going the direction that they were going, and they have. You know, so I mean, in some regard, that's the good news, and in other ways, it's like, okay, well, what's the bad news? Either everybody has to make a lot more money, or prices have to come down a lot. And that's going to make some people happy, and it's going to make others very unhappy. And of course, the overvaluations that we've got, especially in the Commonwealth, you know, that puts a lot of banks in danger. So, well, I have no idea how they're going to deal with it, but they're going to have to because this can't continue, obviously.
And finally, the holy trinity of this marvelous game show that we've created 5 seconds ago, which I'm hoping you're finding a lot of fun. Everyone's favorite topic, and you choose your, there's so many segues you can go with this one, but war. One that's close to home.
Oh my goodness. Well, war is one of those fascinating things. Like Churchill said, war is ripping good history, but peace makes for poor reading. The wars are fascinating for a lot of reasons. But we've got a lot of leaders, especially in the Western world, that are very careless when it comes to war. And they act like they're champions at it. And the reality is we haven't actually won anything since 1945. It's just made a lot of people a lot of money is about all it's done. So they really need to back off this idea. We're not ready for it anyway.
Certainly is
we're not ready for the kind of
profitable endeavor. Actually, if you invest in the US 500, they used to say when I was investing shares in anything US related that these funds might go towards war efforts and things like that. It was actually part of the disclaimer. If you read the fine print, which I'm nerdy and do, it actually tells you. So there we go. Very profitable endeavor. And finally, just open mic, whatever's on your mind. You have 2 minutes.
Well, it's been we've talked about this off and on for a couple of years, Ralphie, but it really does feel, and it just seems the energy everywhere I look on TV, I talk to in real life. It just seems like we're sitting on a precipice, on the edge of a razor. Like this could go one way or another. And I don't know if that's actually true. I don't know. It could just be a complete anticlimax. In some ways, people I think are kind of hoping for something to stir things up, I talked about it on Mike's show a couple of weeks ago. It's almost like the MikeandtheNight.org, indeed. Yeah, I was on there for about an hour. And it seems like even all this apocalypse talk has got its fanboys and girls, like they're making popcorn and, like we're waiting for the asteroid and it's starting to show up in the night sky kind of a thing. And it's like, well,
the end is nigh.
The end is nigh.
It's like that guy with the sign, right? It's been even back in Jerusalem. It's been.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You had prophets in Jerusalem that were making weird sculptures, and they were, doing all kinds of demonstrative things and trying to tell people, did they listen? No, they didn't listen. Everyone's got their own idea about the way things should be, I guess. But, you and me, we got kids out there. I don't have time for that kind of talk.
I actually saw.
Not really.
I saw Mum recently. She's visiting, and I haven't seen her in a few years. She gets the luxury. I think she's just turning retirement age, and telling me about when mortgages were $300K, and I'm like, what? That's a third of what they are now, and incomes.
That's
haven't
right.
caught up.
Even then, that was
and I'm trying to tell her, our generation, like for me, I'm working 6 days a week. I used to work 7 days a week just to kind of, and that's not like, banking it. That's just to make ends meet. But this is the generation that we're in, and so imagine what the next gen is going to be.
It is in many ways. In many ways it is generational. Yeah. Like the post-World War II boom. A lot of it was based on population. A lot of it was based on, we still lived under certain shibboleths, like live within your means. You've got to think of the children and their future. You have a duty to society. You got to, if you're gonna be free people and not have the government in your face, then you've got to govern yourselves. People don't want to govern themselves.
Ooh,
they want all the trappings of an advanced civilization and be feral at the same time. The answer is no. It's not happening.
I've got a bonus round for you, actually, and I'd love to get your opinion on this. It's kind of an alarming trend. So this is 2 words, though, not one. You okay with that?
Okay.
Cheating a little bit. Ghost jobs. Have you heard of the term?
Ghost jobs. I can't say as I have. Is that is that something like moonlighting?
I don't do TikTok, but there's a lot of YouTube channels, and literally they just rip TikTok accounts, and that's it. They might put like their own commentary. It's like the poorest production level ever, and it gets thousands of views because it's content that people love, pouring gravy down pans, and I think people just love the whole Jerry Springer thing, right? But yeah,
they really do. Yeah,
it's entertainment, infotainment. But yeah, so ghost jobs is the alarming sort of trend where companies will post job listings that don't actually exist. So they call it ghost jobs because you never hear back from them. And it's been happening a lot. And especially the last couple of months, apparently if you're trying to get back on the bandwagon job market, it is horrible. And you're bidding low wages, right, too, right? So a lot of applications are like, what are you willing to work for? So the lowest bid wins, that kind of thing. So, and entry-level jobs, entry-level jobs that require 5 years experience, that kind of thing.
That's right. Yeah. You can't be older than 30, but you got to have 12 years experience and an MBA or two. Yeah.
Plus a NASA astronaut license.
Exactly. Yeah. Some kind of rocket surgery certificate.
To work in a drive-through.
They're working a drive-through. Well, you never know. That's pretty high tech.
You think I'm kind of joking too, but maybe not drive-through. But there's a lot of jobs out there, entry-level, service waiting jobs that are requiring degrees.
Yeah, it's a little silly. I think the idea of ghost jobs is it is like it's like a customer survey for the labor market.
Well, the timeline. If you think
how low,
carry on.
How quality of them? Just to finish my thought, how high quality employees can we get, and how little can we get away with paying them? Right. So you create a bidding war, and even though it's bait and switch because there's no actual job, it does give them leverage when they're deciding who they want to get rid of and how readily they could be replaced with someone that will work cheaper. That's off the top of my head. That's what I think it is.
Well, we're not rocket scientists or experts or anything like that, but I just find it interesting that take New Zealand as a subject case. We had the lockdowns. After that, they built sort of centers that increases CCTV cameras. You got 6,000 cameras in New Zealand now, so you have that. And then you had the AI learning, and then now ghost jobs. I just find it like an interesting timeline. And then the elections. So who knows what 2025 will have for us? Any predictions?
Yeah. For 2025?
Yeah.
I think at least one of these wars that is ongoing right now will be concluded. I think, especially the one in Europe. It will not end to the shall we say the West's advantage. Because I just don't think Ukraine has enough manpower anymore. I think they've got enough people killed off that.
I saw on MikeandTheNight.org, they're recruiting Ukrainians in their 20s at rock concerts or something.
They're sending raids. Yeah, they're actually doing door knocking now. They're going to people's houses, and rounding them up. Yeah, no, it's desperation. They need to keep this thing going. Well, for BlackRock. I mean, I use BlackRock as a euphemism, and Blackstone and all the rest of it. The whole thing is that by the end of 2022, the thing was lost, and they knew that, but they couldn't look bad, right? Because this isn't being run by Ukraine; it's being run by, Washington and London, basically, and they couldn't look bad, so they had to keep it going. So several 100,000 more people had to die to try to maintain this illusion that these Russians are gonna collapse and all the rest of it. Well, it was a horrible misjudgment, and it's just creating misery all over Europe right now because of the sanctions and within Ukraine and Russia, obviously it's creating mass misery, but they don't have a choice. They feel they have to keep going. But I'm inclined to think that whoever is chosen as the winner or certified as the winner in America, this thing is going to wind down rapidly in the new year.
Right.
I just think there's too much money.
Tie it up with a Christmas bow and onto the next package.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just let the smoke clear and give the Russians what they need to be quiet and go away and just forget it ever happened.
Yeah.
Because they got to try something else. You know, I mean, they're talking about starting something up with China. Well, that's just dumb.
Oh yeah, that's
I don't think that's happening. We rely on them too much for components, even for our weapons systems. Like, this is just stupid. It's like, we're not going to war with these people. It's ridiculous. They're just desperate. You know, you got an old order that is trying everything they can to stay on top, and they're not really qualified to run anything anymore.
Mm-hmm. These
are like the grandchildren of the people that built this order that we're all living under, and they're not very capable. Most family businesses are like that. And the thing in the Middle East, well, it may drag on for another year or so, but honestly, I don't think Israel can handle it. Their economy's collapsing. You know, America's there to back them up, but America doesn't have a lot of ammunition. Mm-hmm. They keep going for a while, but why? It's just turning the entire world against them. That's foolish. So I'm inclined to think that that's gonna start winding down rapidly next year too. It's not working. These things aren't working, and I mean they have a tendency to double down again, but it's just getting more and more unpopular. And people can't buy groceries. People can't afford homes.
You know, if anything, with the TikTok grants, political stuff aside, that's the number one complaint. Really, is the rise of inflation and how people can't afford groceries. You know, that's the biggest pain point at the moment. That and finding work. You know, it's a two-hit punch. 2024.
It's I mean, it's just a terrible mismanagement and a misallocation of resources and a misplacing of priorities. You know, you've got people that think they're playing Risk or Monopoly or whatever you want to call it. They're playing some geostrategic game with the rest of the world. And there's large parts of the world now that have caught on to that game, especially since World War II, and they can't be forced to participate anymore. So, you know, and most of the people in Western countries are sick and tired of it. And it's like, we need to be the priority for a while. And these people aren't having it. So they have to go. Mm-hmm. But if they can't be displaced democratically, then what's the next alternative, right?
Well,
you know, like it's going to be massive boycotts or just relying on the lesser magistrates. You know, it goes to the province or the state level and they say, okay, well, we're not cooperating with you. We're not doing this.
Rome eventually fell, right? So,
yes, it did. Yeah.
We can only basically discuss it, and I think more and more people are starting to go, "What? There's something happening. There's something happening." Well, anyways, Supreme, thank you for playing our game show. That was actually a bit of a 15-minute segment. You know, 15 minutes worth of fame. Supreme,
you can fun. Thank you for your time.
You can find more in-depth discussions at mikeandthenight.org. It's a call-in show, so head over to mikeandthenight.org and join in that conversation. Supreme, would love to hear more from you, and I just want to say hello and give you a bit of a plug. And thanks for stopping by, mate. Copy.
Oh, absolutely. Great to catch up. We'll do it again soon, hopefully.
All right. See you later, my friend.
Buddy. Take care of yourself.
Beautiful insights as usual. And again, we'll catch you on mikeandthenight.org. Okay. That is the show, everyone. And we do accept call-ins. We don't filter it. So in case you're listening to this as a replay, we can have little chats like that if you want. So that's 09889855. Just lock it in your calendar Tuesday night, 7 to 8 p.m. New Zealand time. And of course, we've got the fun stuff, which is showcasing local music each and every week. That's always fun. So head along to Kiwiradio.nz or upfm.co.nz for more. And you take care, everyone. See ya. Stay cool. Stay creative, regardless. And listen to good tunes.